A clutch, flywheel and slave cylinder. We call this letterboxing. Slave cylinder off, what's in there. Everything's all done, battery's all connected. Will it or will it not? Right guys, welcome back to the channel again. Today we got Polo in. Today we're going to be doing a clutch, flywheel and slave cylinder. The reason behind the video, I'm not going to do too much of like the actual video of the job and that, but I will be doing a little bit of talking because I've had a few people contact me saying that once they've done their clutch they can't get a pedal or anything. What I'm going to do is show my way of how I do it. You'll never have to bleed the clutch at the end of the job. You'll just connect the pipe up and be on your way basically, and you'll have a perfect pedal every time. What we do is after we've fitted the flywheel and clutch with the slave cylinder, what we do is we press it in and suckle the brake fluid up through this pipe and fill the slave cylinder up manually. That way you don't have any problems with bleeding or like losing a pedal or not getting a pedal basically. So right, hope you'll enjoy. We're going to crack on and get it time lapsed. Procedures, obviously you get all the battery tray out, battery out and that. This pipe here which goes to the slave cylinder, if you just get a pair of pipe clamps or clamp it off, once you've clamped it off you can disconnect from there, hang the pipe upside down. Obviously I'm going to crack on with a bit more of the work and then I'll show you the next procedure after what we do. That's the gearbox separated from the flywheel and clutch system and the engine. We call this letterboxing basically, so it sort of get your hand inside and get all the clutch out and flywheel off and whatnot. So yeah, basically that's what they call by letterboxing. As you can see, subframe's still on. It's just a quicker way basically of leaving the gearbox in there, so you don't have to take all the subframe down. It just allows you to do the job a bit more quicker. So right, I'm going to get the clutch off, get the flywheel off, get the old slave cylinder off, what's in there, and then we'll move on to showing you bleeding it up and getting it all back in. A lot of you have asked me questions in the past about self-adjusting clutches and can my clutch be adjusted. Right, this little spring here, yeah, and that spring there and that spring there are basically the self-adjusters. As your clutch gets more wear on the clutch plate and gets thinner, these will adjust and come out basically. You can see the difference if I zoom in there, the difference in the gap from the new one, which is more, oh, sorry guys, which is more larger than this, which is nearly at the end basically. As the clutch gets lower, basically these will adjust out. Now you're doing like a build or anything and you take these clutches off, providing you put in the same clutch plate back in with the same pressure plate, you won't have to get them adjusted. Now I do know a few people, and I have known a few people, to just get a clutch plate and put in with the old pressure plate. Now with these, you have to take them to a clutch place to get them spring loaded, or you can buy the kit that actually helps you spring load them back. These are a self-adjusting clutch. If you get another pressure plate and it hasn't got these springs on, they're non-self-adjusting clutch. Just remember, if you are building a car at a time and you take the old clutch off and you take the old pressure plate, you can put it all back together. However, if you are changing a new plate with the same original pressure plate, you have to get them spring loaded. So basically these springs here will have to adjust and go back basically. So you can either buy the kit or take them into a clutch place that refurbs clutches and get them re-sprung. But you cannot put another plate in and put the old pressure plate on as it is, because it will be adjusted to how the old clutch plate was. As you can see, the new slave cylinders in. We've got the flywheel up now, so I'm just ready to put the clutch in and get it all put back together. Right guys, I don't know how this is going to turn out because I'm doing it through the mobile phone at the moment, but basically people would like to know how I line these clutches up. Right, you see this gap here, that is the actual clutch plate itself. Outside the pressure plate, which is here, and that's the clutch bit there. When you rotate it, it will all show, basically, this is quite hard to do with one hand, there's the other side. As you can see, that's the plate, that's the clutch plate. As long as you get them all lined up exactly the same, yeah, you're going to be absolutely spot on with the lining up of the clutch basically. How I line up the clutches, and then obviously what you do afterwards is just tighten up all the bolts as you go around. Right, now this is the bit. Basically you can see that's coming out. Yeah, I've took the clamp off, letting it bleed through. Yeah. Then all you do is you just go pump it on. There you go. And then what we're going to do is once we're finished, we'll see if we've got a good pedal. Right, now everything's all done, battery's all connected, wheels on, clutch is all done. Now I have not started this yet. I don't know if the clutch pedal's okay or what. I've not been in the car. All I've done is drop the car off the ramp. I'm gonna roll it back, as you can see. Now the tester, will it or will it not be okay? So this will be the judgment of whether you can do a clutch without having to bleed it, without having to use one of those pressure bleeders or any type of pressure bleeder. There's the reservoir there. We haven't lost no brake fluid or clutch fluid. So let's have a look. This is going to be a laugh if it don't work. Look at that. Right, now. So let's select reverse, listen. So yeah, one clutch done with no bleeding whatsoever, so you can do it. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed, hope you've learned a little bit, like understanding about the self-adjusting clutch, sorry. And a little tip for you, to do a clutch without having to bleed it out afterwards, so it's all self-bled. I know a lot of people are going to go, no, you should never push those safe cylinders back. I've been doing clutches since I was 18, and I'm 24 now. Haha, no I'm not. I'm 48, and you do the maths. So I've been doing clutches for that long. I couldn't even count. I couldn't even tell you how many clutches I've done. But yeah, it's always worked for me. Never a problem. Never used a pressure bleeder. There you go. Right, people, I'm gonna let you crack on and catch you on the next one. See you all soon.